The more you learn about autism, the clearer it becomes that autism is not a condition with a single set of symptoms, but rather a combination of behavioral deficits and excesses that combine to create an impairment in daily functioning, which will prevent your child from thriving. Many of the peculiar behaviors of children on the autism spectrum can also be observed in neurotypical children. But what really distinguishes the autistic child is the number of concurrent symptoms, their degree and severity, and their persistence, and the fact that altogether these symptoms create an impairment in daily life. It's important to notice that each autistic child is unique. Your child may not display all the behaviors that are typically associated with autism. The symptoms might be more severe or less severe compared to others or what you come to expect, or your child might be well functioning in a number of areas. This is what makes autism quite idiosyncratic, meaning that the combination of symptoms is going to be unique to your child. The range and severity of symptoms in autism spectrum disorders will complicate the diagnosis, and actually this complication might also lead parents to be in denial, hoping that the anomaly and behavior that they're observing might be just a passing phase that the child will grow out of. Unfortunately, these two factors, the difficulty in the diagnosis and parents' denial, can also delay getting the right type of support you need and the critical early intervention that has been shown to be particularly effective in the treatment of autism. So, what is the consensus on the symptoms that should lead to an autism spectrum disorder diagnosis? The most recent version of the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, DSM-5, groups the symptoms in two broad categories. You're going to have persistent deficits in social communication and interaction, and restricted, repetitive patterns of behavior. Both types of symptoms must be present for the ASD diagnosis. Regarding persistent deficits in social communication and interaction, all three of the following symptoms must be present. There might be deficits in social interaction and response, problems with nonverbal communication, and deficits in social awareness and insight. Regarding restricted, repetitive patterns of behavior, at least two of the following symptoms must be present: atypical speech, movement, and play, excessive preoccupation with objects or topics, ritualistic behaviors and resistance to change, and finally, atypical sensory behaviors. These symptoms will appear in early childhood, and they will create an impairment in everyday functioning and development. Details on these categories of symptoms in the upcoming video. Thank you for watching.